Hey there, welcome back to my channel. It's so good to hang out with you again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit subscribe so you can join the glam tribe, because here I'm literally like the beauty and fashion enthusiast, sharing everything from hauls to tutorials to reviews to styling tips here for you. And I just want to take you on this little journey with me as we get ready to close out 2019 and jump into 2020. However, I have the most controversial palette maybe, and also the biggest comeback to talk about, which is the Jaclyn Hill holiday collection. I have grabbed two products from it to share with you all today. Honestly, I was so on the fence about it. I was just like, ooh, it was a lot to handle this year, to be 100% honest. But I decided once I went into store, I really personally like the product for my use. And of course, as always, I like to share with you all my thoughts, my opinions about things, and show you the product in real time as much as possible. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the products that I bought, the ones that I skipped on, and then also my total opinion about this collection and launch. So I'll have timestamps down below in the description box and also the first comment, so you can jump through the video if need be. But other than that, let's get into what I bought. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the Flare palette. This is one of the two accent highlighter palettes that they have. And the first one is called the Flash, which is for fairer skin tones, but I got this one, which is for deeper skin tones. We're going to go ahead and jump into the swatches, because I know that's like what everyone always wants to see, and talk about the shades that are in this palette. So the first one up in the top corner is called Glow Up, which is described as being a lustrous golden champagne color. This is the type of highlighter color that's like the one to be a little bit more extra, that I usually pop onto the highest point of my cheekbones. Next up is Made You Look, which is described as being a lustrous golden honey. I love this shade. It like, to me, it really melts into the skin. I'm gonna like swatch it again. I know I have like my own swatches I'm showing you, but it's just so amazingly catching the light on my skin. I'm obsessed with it. Next up is the shade Exposure, which is described as being a lustrous deep bronze. To me, Exposure and Made You Look mixed together are just like a perfect everyday combo for deeper complexions. It gives enough highlight to the skin, but it doesn't overdo it. Like pretty much on the days that I have tinted moisturizer on, that will be the combo that I pop on just to like give my skin a little something something. Last shade in the palette is called Turned On, which is described as being a lustrous flaming copper. Almost messed that one up, but this to me is like one of those blush accent shades. The way I like to use this one is literally just running a little bit over my blush to give it a little bit more glow and help it blend into the rest of the whole highlight martini on my skin. I have used shades like this before in other highlighter palettes. To me, they seem to pop into a lot of highlighter palettes for deeper complexions, but that is one of my favorite ways to use them. You could also use it as just a shadow. Like to me, if I was stuck on a desert island, all I would need is like a highlighter palette and a bronzer, because my bronzer I could use like in my like crease and give my eyes some depth. Use a color like this one on my lid and just a regular highlight and keep it moving. Now, I picked up this palette because honestly, I am starting to hit pan on my Charlotte Tilbury palette. And if you've been with my channel for a while, you know I'm obsessed with it. So to me, this was a really great replacement for it. Again, it does retail for $45. I do overall like the packaging. It's pretty like nice, thick, and sturdy. And it has a really nice size mirror in it. The size of these shades is comparable to other high-end highlighter palettes that I do have, and this was priced a little bit more in the high-end scheme of things. It's not like her Morphe collabs where those prices are a little bit more attainable. I'm not gonna say what's completely affordable for somebody, but in the grand scheme of things, this one is priced at a luxury price point. But I can say the formula feels really nice on the skin. I can tell that this was a nice quality baked highlighter, because I've had experience with these type of formulas before. This one's also cruelty free, so if you're conscious about making those decisions when it comes to your beauty game, this could be a possible option for you. I do feel like, however, the price point could have been a little bit lower. Like I would have maybe saved a little bit on the packaging to get the price around like a $35 price point. To me, that's just a really quick, but I did have to think about this because this is $49. And I know I have things that are just more expensive than that, but it's not something that I'm quickly like just throwing money at, and especially when it's a highlighter. It's not like I need another highlighter, but I am such a fan of highlighter palettes because I just know everything's gonna work together and I can build a dimension on my face that I really, really want. Now these highlighters are very soft, so just be careful. I accidentally dinged one of my fingers into it, and I've been using this actually for a few weeks. I filmed a version of this video and didn't love the way it came out, so I'm refilming it for you all. And it's currently available on JaclynCosmetics.com and then also in Morphe stores. I personally like to go into the store and swatch and see if I really love it and then buy from there. Another thing I want to point about this palette, it does to me agree with deeper skin tones, but also it is beginner friendly. This formula is really hard to mess up. Another thing that I like to do after applying my highlighters is press it back into the skin with a beauty sponge, so that way it really melts into your foundation. But overall, this one is a solid for me. If I'm going to give it a rating, I will give it a 7 out of 10. I'm knocking 2 points because I'm not totally in love with the price, but overall the product quality, I've been using it for a while and really like it. Now the next thing I picked up was the Beaming Light Loose Highlighter. I'm such a fan of loose highlighters because they are like a great multitasking type of product. And I grabbed the shade Amped, which is described as being a dazzling peach. I normally go for things that are truly in like the gold spectrum, but peaches are really nice shades for deeper complexions because it's a little bit of a softer glow, but it does not lack on packing on the impact. Now this highlighter formula is available in 5 shades and they retail for $24 each. I'm going to pop a screenshot from the website onto the screen somewhere just to show you how these all have payoff in different complexions. To me, Amped is really friendly for deeper skin tones, and so is, I'm trying to make sure I don't mess this one up, Megawatt. That's another really great one. And then also Balm looks amazing. Those are kind of the 3 that I swatched that I personally gravitated towards, and the other 2 I felt like I could live without for my complexion. However, when I look at the swatches overall, to me, she did a pretty good job with getting the shades able to complement a variety of skin tones, even if it's something that normally I wouldn't go for. I'm not mad at maybe building in the other shades into a highlighter look, or using it as a little body glow, or popping into a foundation. Again, I love loose highlighters because they're a multitasker. I use them so many different ways. Like if I'm going out at night and my shoulders are going to be exposed, I will usually put this with my lotion and then also dust a little bit more onto like my collarbone to really make things come alive. And trust me, that tip, you want to save it because you will need it and your photos will turn out amazing. Like amazing. Also, I just want to mention that this is, again, cruelty-free. This formula, however, is made in the United States, and the fill weight is 4 grams. But remember, with this type of formula, a little bit can go a long way. It does not take a lot to amp up your look. Now, the packaging I'm not mad at. I really do like the fact that the Jaclyn that's written on there has not come off while being in my makeup bag, because I've been, again, using these for a while just to test it out for you all and see what I really, really think. I still really like this formula myself personally. This has just kind of that traditional little sifter to be able to tap out enough product. I wish it had like one of those like closing mechanisms to prevent too much product from coming out, because that can happen while it's in transport. So that would be the one thing I would improve about this. And also, again, the price point, $24. Like, I get it, but like couldn't it be like 18 or something? Like that would feel really like easy. 18, 20, but 24, I'm like, but I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. She's repositioning and rebranding herself. She's going in more into the luxury, and it's made in the USA. It's cruelty free. Like, I get it. But I would love it if it was like $20 or $18. Overall, I will rate this one again actually at 8 out of 10 in my opinion. And I know that's like weird to hear from me, but again, you can get so much use out of this, so a little bit will go a long way and you'll get a good bang for your buck. Now that you've actually seen what I did buy, which was like a snippet of it, even though a lot of the different loose highlighters look great on me, I really only wanted one because I have a good assortment of loose highlighters already, and this one was just a little different than what I already have. Now, back into what I didn't buy. I skipped what was called, I just want to make sure again I'm not messing up, the Mood Light Luminous, which is like kind of the all over powder. And it is beautiful, do not get me wrong. The idea of what it does is really gorgeous as well. However, I feel like I already have a product that does that for me, which is the Laura Mercier. This one's called the Candlelight Glow Powder, and I have it in the shade 5. And as you see, it looks like a regular skin powder with a little bit of luminosity to it. So literally this, I just pick it up with a brush and push it into my skin in areas where I don't have like setting powder, so it doesn't overlap. And it gives it like a mattified but still a hint of glow finish in my opinion. So I just really didn't need it. And even this, I've been using this for a hot minute, so a little bit goes a long way. Now I also had to skip the brushes. Like, no, I'm good. I have a lot of brushes. Like, I'm literally looking at a little bin filled with a ton of brushes. And I get the why she created them. This would be great with maybe if someone's just getting into makeup, they're getting this as like their starter kit, and the brushes can complement the products perfectly. And I know she made them want to be great for the formulas that they're working with, but also get the right details. Granted, the formula that you're using, I get the point completely. I just don't think it's necessary for me because these are the 3 brushes I already used for highlighting. Like, I have this Morphe fan brush, it's the M601, and it's not that thick. Like, it's dense enough to really be able to diffuse the product, and I used that today when applying it and to get the product on in a way that I really like for my face shape. I also used the Morphe 501, which was like Jaclyn Hill's Noted Ride or Die for highlighter. And again, this is really good when I want to get a little bit more of an accent, really concentrated into one place. And the other one I have is the Morphe M510, which is like a little bit fluffier than the 501 if you can see. So even I've used that with the blush palette to really just get the highlighter along the cheek line. So I hope you can see why these brushes were a hard pass for me. And I'll link these 2 down in the description box, because let's say you really do want to actually purchase the palette or the loose highlighter. These will work just fine with it at a fraction of the cost. I mean, and she supported Morphe too, so, you know, can't lose. Okay, so come here a little bit, like lean into me. I had a little bit of a hard time making this purchase because try to think about the product that I'm showing with you all, and I know the issues people have with Jaclyn Hill, and I understand it. Like, do I think she's had some moments as a businesswoman? Absolutely. Anyone can see that. However, I am such a lover of makeup, and I want to give props to a product that is good. And when I swatched it in the store, I said, okay, this is solid. Like, I can tell that this is going to perform well and that it will agree with me and that I will like it. So that is why I ended up ultimately making the purchase to get it. Person aside, Jaclyn aside, the fact that if she's really trying to go about her business in a much better light in a way, I can be here for it and support it. And again, her aside, this is a good product. It could have like Walmart makeup on it. Like, this is a solid product, hands down. Now, I went back in and watched the video and tried to pay super close attention, but I do not remember hearing her say that this is a permanent install. She presented it as a holiday collection, so I'm assuming it's not permanent, which is like, oh, like, it's really frustrating, because I think, again, this would be a great core product for her to have and build her brand from, and let this be the best comeback of her lifetime. And hopefully there's no other stumbles along the way to the extreme that it was with the lipsticks. Other than that, if you have questions, you guys, about anything in this video, or just want to say, hey, you know what to do, get into the comment box down below, and I will catch you in the next glam video. But I can only do that if you hit subscribe and join the tribe. You can also stalk me out on Instagram too if you're feeling like you can't get enough of me. But I'll pop some other videos on the screen for you to watch and hang out with me. Until next time, you guys, stay happy, stay blessed. Bye.